what's going on, boys? Welcome back. NASCAR Sunday, fun day. Happy Easter to everybody that's watching. But the content doesn't stop at Rum Pure Sports. We're live. Bunch of shows were live today for Easter. Trying to give you guys all the free winners. And I got my guy Coop with me. What's going on, Coop?
Oh, not much, man. Excited for this race. Like I said earlier this week and on the DFS show, expectations were tempered at the beginning of the week because of what we saw last year during this race. But what we've seen so far between the practices, the heats, and the truck race last night, all point to having a great show tonight, man. The truck race was very entertaining. Also helps, that Ben Rhodes had that rocket and we capitalized on it. But I think we're going to see some great racing tonight.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. Like I said on the last show, Bristol night race, my favorite race of the year. I was upset that they poured dirt on it. Last year, the dirt track racing was absolutely awful. The truck race was a joke. The cup race wasn't much better. This year, they changed the banking. It's given multiple lines now for cars to drift around in that dirt. The truck race was phenomenal entertainment last night. I enjoyed it. We hit the 6-1 winner with Ben Rhodes on the live show in the trucks. Last week, we gave you the pre-race winner on Will Byron at 10-1 for the Martinsville race. Coop gave you a 20-1 banger with Top Toyota for a half unit. And I think we hit both matchups that I put on the sheet. It was good. It was really good. So the live betting shows up 80 units the last 5 weeks on cup races. Encourage everybody to check it out for an extra $10 a week and get the live show package. We're picking up right where we left off. We made about 140 units in cup last year. We're already up 80 in the last 5 races, probably up 100 on the year already, although I'm going to pull the exact numbers off the videos, but we're close. So we're looking to smash what we did last year. Obviously, the bets package, use the promo code BETS25 off. It'll get you 25% off the first week or month. On the bet side, I take care of the UFC and NASCAR. Obviously, once the NFL comes around, I do that with JJ and Tyler. And then we got the NBA playoffs rolling right now. Spread and Tyler are killing it. And then baseball season's off to a great start with JJ and Joey doing the damn thing. So good time to be a Rum Pure member. Aside from that, we move on to this week, Coop. So let's talk about this week. In the beginning of the week, I said I was looking for the dirt ringers. That was my goal. I said the 4 drivers I put in the Discord that I wanted to know the odds on were Tyler Reddick, Chris Bell, Kyle Larson, and Joey Logano. Those were the 4 that I put in the Discord. Now, three out of those 4 are in the top 5 of this race. And Logano starting 9th, but that was my first what I wanted to look at. And you said we've done such a great job chasing the performance of the car. I don't know why we would stop chasing the speed. I think we should chase the speed. And I said, let me sit on it for a few days, and I thought about it. But it just so happens that the 4 drivers that I was looking at for being great dirt cars just happen to be guys that have great equipment, and they got the speed this week. So Coop and I really kind of melded together, I think, perfectly from a pre-race perspective. And it's pretty clear, Coop, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, Chris Bell, and Chase Briscoe, they're in the top 5, right? And they have the 4 best chances probably to win this race. You would agree?
I would be shocked if somebody else won.
Right. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I think outside of those 4 cars starting up there, Ryan Blaney had good speed in practice. Joey Logano is starting 9th, maybe. he could make his way up to be in the mix late in the race. And then I think Will Byron, he's starting 19th, and I think he could maybe make his way into the top 5, probably if everything worked perfectly for him. But outside of that, I don't really see anybody else. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you 100%. So, where I'm leaning right now is I will probably most likely definitely have a pre-race bet on Tyler Reddick. Get him at plus 800, plus 850.
891, I bet it already at FanDuel.
Yeah, I see him getting the lead early. If you watched the truck race last night, the outside was the predominant lane on the restarts. But I think he takes the lead early, and I think he's the first driver that gets his odds chopped. I think he could lead this, entire stage. We'll have to wait and see how things play out. The second driver I'm looking to hit would be Briscoe. He's at plus 1,200. And, I think, he follows Reddick in that first stage. Bell and Larson could possibly get up there and, get second from him. But I don't want to wait too long on him because I think, I want to be at plus 1,000 or more. You can get at plus 1,200 right now. So I'll probably hit him quickly.
By the way, the numbers are moving. Tyler Reddick is 6.5 to 1 now on FanDuel. He's 7.5 to 1 at Bet365. He's still 8 to 1 at DK, but the numbers are starting to fall on Reddick. I got him at 8.5 to 1, but you can get him at 8 to 1 at DK. Everywhere else, and the numbers are starting to drastically fall. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
The last thing I was going to say is I'm going to watch on these restarts to see if anybody who starts on the inside can grab the lead. Because if they can, I don't know if they're going to be able to be beaten. Because if you look at the truck race last night, Ben Rhodes started second. He got the lead right away. But then, there was a caution, during the first stage. Then there was another caution at the beginning of to start the second stage. And I think there was a third caution in that second stage. And he lined up on the inside of all three of them, and he was able to maintain the lead. So if I see a car that can do what he did last night, I think they're going to be the edge to have the most dominant car.
So here's what I will say to you. I a lot of me wants to agree with you that we would be shocked if one of those 4 cars doesn't win the race. But here's what I'll say. That track is good enough today where if you have a good car, you're going to move through that field because we saw it last night. And I think that cars like Joey Logano start in 9th, cars in that like 9, 10, 11, 12 range. And even I'll say it again, Will Byron, where he start in 19th. I think that the racing is going to be good enough where there is going to be other cars that might come into play where the majority of me wants to agree with you. It's one of those 4 guys. But like I in the back of my head, I think they made that track in a way where the racing matters and the car performance is going to matter now, where I didn't think that in the beginning of the week. But after last night, Ben Rhodes had the best car in the truck. He went right through that field. I thought we were a dead duck. When he missed pit road, and I said, oh, my God, he stayed out. First of all, tires meant nothing. He built a 4-second lead on tires that were much older than anybody in the race, right? That's number one. Number two, when he started at the back of the pack, he cut right through the field like butter because he had a great truck. Somebody, if Joey Logano has a good truck, car. He's going to make his way to the front today.
But
that.
I think the piece with that though is the odds on a Logano or a Byron or whoever it might be are not going to dissipate quickly, because he might be able to gain some positions, but starting 10th, 9th, whatever, he's going to be 4 or 5 seconds behind these leaders. And we might be able to see that he has that good car and that he does be able to get that track position up top.
But I mean,
he could be a contender. But what I'm saying is his numbers aren't going to dissipate quickly.
Oh, I agree.
We're going to have time. We're going to have time.
Totally agree with that. Yeah, I'm right there with you. From there, for me,
that's where that's where I don't want to wait long on Briscoe, because I could see his numbers going from a 12 to an 8 fairly quickly within 30 laps. If he maintains that second spot.
So for me, Tyler Reddick was an auto bet, right? He was going to be one of the two that I bet. And then out of the other three, the hardest decision for me, right, is what do we do with Kyle Larson because of that price? That plus 350 price tag is so ugly when Reddick and Bell and Logano and Briscoe are all sitting there at so much better prices. Like how are you going to treat Kyle Larson today with this price tag?
I'm just going to wait it out, man, and hope that,
But you realize, though, Coop, that if you're getting on him at any point in the race, it's because he's going to be like even money and he looks like the best. So are you just willing to forego that plus 350 price tag, because that's going to be gone?
I'm willing to forego it because I think I can get it at 450 or 5. Because I don't think Larson's car is as good as the other three that are up there.
I agree.
I think that the key for Larson is he needs a long run, because in the heat race, he wasn't that good at the beginning. But around lap 11, 12, 13, he came in a little bit and started to contend with Chase Elliott for second place. So maybe he does have a good long-run car. But I'm willing to wait it out and hope, that I can get a 450 or a 500. And then, if he gets that upside top lane on one of these restarts, he could be right up there. But, I'm really hoping that, we see a Reddick and a Briscoe dominate the first stage to where possibly his number does go to that 450, 500.
Okay. Yeah. I basically, here's where I'm at with Kyle Larson. Because of the prices of the drivers behind him, I decided I'm throwing him out pre-race. I'm throwing him out. And if we're in a situation where we have to get on him, then I guess we'll do that live. But so Tyler Reddick is an auto bet, and then for me it was deciding on, do I take Chris Bell or do I take Chase Briscoe? It is kind of where I'm at with that second guy, which I have not made a move on yet, but I will before the race. So I don't know, Coop, sell me. Who's the second guy?
I think it's Briscoe right now, because I think he can get up to second. Whether he can maintain it from a Bell and a Larson, we'll have to wait and see.
Who did you think had the better car, Bell or Chase Briscoe?
I mean, it's a toss-up, man. It's a toss-up. Neither one of them ran long runs.
I watched the
qualifying. They were happy with the car.
Yeah, I watched the qualifying heat this morning. They both look good. I mean, and I watched, looking at watching practice. They both look good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. I'll have. We have time because I don't have to decide yet. But I have Reddick at 8.5 to 1, and I'll have either Bell or Briscoe pre-race, and then the guys that I'll be keeping an eye on will be whoever I don't have between Bell and Briscoe, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, and Will Byron from the jump. Now, what do you think about Penske in general? Now, I know that we can't treat this maybe like a normal race, but I still want to talk about it because Penske in practice looked really good. Their times were really solid in practice. Well, Logano had put down great times. Who else?
Logano's the only one that would interest me. Blaney, talked about how he's going to run the middle of the track, which I don't think is going to help. And Cindric just looks lost out there. So I don't have much confidence in the latter two.
What do you think about the Hendrick drivers we haven't talked about, Elliott and Bowman?
I think Elliott is an outside contender to beat a Logano or be as good as a Logano. He's really stressing to get better on this dirt. He ran a truck race last night. Things didn't work out that great for him. But, he was solid in his heat, solid in practice. And I think he's really, trying to up his game here. I think he could be a top 5 car if everything works out right for him. Bowman, my thoughts on Bowman are, fast car. I don't think he can make it 250 laps without making a mistake and hurting himself.
Yeah.
So while we're on it, there's a head-to-head matchup I like. Wanted to get your thoughts on Alex Bowman against William Byron.
Alex Bowman against William Byron. Where are they starting?
Bowman starts 8th, Byron 19th.
Bowman starts 8th and Byron 19th. Well, I expect Byron to move forward. But the question is, do you expect Bowman to hold his spot, move forward, or move back? That's the question.
I don't expect him to move forward. I expect him to hold his spot to move back.
What's the price?
Well, what do you think the price is?
I would say based on track position, Alex Bowman would be the favorite, but based on this year, Byron, I would make them probably a pick, even with Will Byron starting where he is, because Byron's just been way better this year than Alex Bowman. But because of the track position, I'm going to say they probably have Bowman as like a -120, -125. Where is it?
So all 3 books have it, and all 3 books have different numbers. MGM is dead even at 115 for both of them, -115.
That's where I would have them.
All right. DK has Bowman at -130, and Byron at +100. And then the one I like is FanDuel. They have Bowman at -142. Bowman at -142, Byron at +112.
So you like Byron?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were trying to sell me on the Bowman side.
Hell no.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm down. I said I would have made the line a pick 'em, right? So I'm down with any kind of plus money on Will Byron. Yeah, for sure.
That's the only head-to-head that I found that there's some other ones out there that aren't bad, but that's the one.
All right, here's the market I want to get to, because after looking into the odds this morning, we don't normally bet this market, but I think it's exploitable this week, and that's top 5. And maybe even the top 3. Like, you're telling me you're going to give me Tyler Reddick to hit the top 3 this week at +160? He's only -120 to hit the top 5. Bell +160 top 3, -125 to hit the top 5. Joey's +125 to hit the top 5. Briscoe's even money to hit the top 5. I just think that small group of cars is going to be up near the front all day long. And I think that the top five market, which is something that you and I don't normally go to, but I think that it has to at least be in consideration this week. What do you think?
I'm all right on them. I think I might want to go a different route.
What do you mean?
Well, I think we both agree that they're going to be in the top five. How many do you think finishes in the top five? 2, 3, all 4?
I'd say I would be surprised if 3 out of the top 5 of that pack of cars didn't find themselves in the top 5 at the end of this race.
Okay. So that kind of makes me want to go.
You can't make up spots on pit road. I mean, there are just
Right.
so many things that are going to fuck you up. So
That kind of makes me want to go one of 2 routes. Like picking 2 or 3 of them to finish in the top 3. And I think Chase Briscoe has to be one of them because you're going to get the best numbers on Briscoe.
what is it? Plus,
Well, plus 340 on DK. Plus 320 on FanDuel. Plus 250 on MGM. So, I think if you bet all 3 or 4 of them to finish in the top 3, you can get 2 of them, if not all 3.
all right. So let's go back for a second. What do you expect out of Cole Custer today?
And I expect him to get eaten up pretty quickly.
You think he just starts to fall back through the pack?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're going to have to say that Cole Custer, if this is a 15-lap race,
he has to beat those dirt ringers. That's rough. Yeah.
If this is a 15-lap race, I would be willing to take some chances on him to beat him on 15 laps. But there's no way in hell he's going to do it in 250.
All right. So like Tyler Reddick is an auto bet for me to hit the top 3 and the top 5 at plus 160 and minus 125. And I think Chris Bell, it's hard to not have him in the top 3 at plus 160 also based on what I saw. The performance of that car looked pretty good. He looked pretty good in practice. So, and then at that point, you're taking, like, I guess you're shooting your shot at Briscoe at plus 340, and you're hoping Kyle Larson, I guess, runs out. Or that could be the way that you approach Kyle Larson today, Coop. You could just be like, you know what? I'll bet him to hit the top 3 at minus 110, and then I'm done with him for the race. I mean, I guess, that's a way you could approach it too. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm just willing to throw Kyle Larson out until we get live. But I think Tyler Reddick and Chris Bell to hit plus 160 to hit the top 3 is nice. Briscoe, even Logano at plus 240 isn't bad.
So I think the route is to take 3 of them and hope that 2 of them gets there and you're going to win money.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to take Chase Briscoe to hit the top 5 at even money. I'll tell you that right now.
Right. Then the other way I like to attack it, is I mentioned this to you last night. We think they're all going to stay up there. So DK has a prop. Tyler Reddick to finish as the top Chevy. Chris Bell to finish as the top Toyota, plus 1,100. I could see that happening very easily.
I could see that happening. I could see that, yeah.
And then MGM has a prop. Chase Briscoe to be the top Ford, Kyle Larson to be the top Chevy, plus 1,100. You can't win both. You can't win both of them.
Right, but I don't mind betting them both.
Right, but I
because
think if
I think that Bell's going to be the top Toyota, and I think that Briscoe has a great chance to be the top Ford. And at that point,
like you said, right, if you bet both of them, you have a good shot at one of them paying off.
Yeah,
at a plus 1,100.
I don't hate it.
So,
for people that have bet MGM only, I don't hate betting them both. The other thing was the groups, bro. Like, let's transition over to the groups for a minute. They're not priced out like they normally are. Like Larson's plus 170 in Group A on DK, and then it's Bell, Logano, and Chase Elliott. I guess you could take Larson and Bell, but you're not going to win much on that Kyle Larson bet if he wins. Group B, Chase Briscoe is plus 125 against Truex, Bowman, and Byron. I don't really see the value there. Tyler Reddick plus 150 against Blaney, Busch, and Hamlin. I guess I don't mind Reddick at plus 150 against those three guys. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you were going to bet a group, you needed to bet it at the beginning of the week because once, qualifying and heats happen, things happened and sucked the value out of it. So you had to take a little bit more of a risk this week. I can't bet any of the groups.
What do you think about Chris Bell plus 120 against Kyle Larson?
I was going to ask you about that, actually. I don't mind taking a gamble on that. You're getting plus money. If it was minus money, I would stay away. But with it being plus money, I don't mind taking a shot at that.
I don't mind that either.
Because, on DK, he's minus 150, Bell's plus 120. And I think they have it on MGM too. Hold on. Bell's 115, plus 115.
I'll tell you what, bro. I'm not going to lay it, but Joey Logano minus 175 against Marty. I don't know how the fuck that loses. How does that lose?
Right.
Keg made a stack last night, and I almost just want to lay the 1750 to pick up 1,000 because how does that lose, Coop? What's he got to go into the wall? I guess.
Yeah, how does that? That's the only way it loses. Only way it loses.
How does that? I mean, Jesus Christ. Any other matchups that you saw?
Let me look real quick on DK because they have most of them. I think Kurt Busch plus 100 against Austin Dillon minus 120 is interesting. I'm not going to bet it, but I would not mind taking a Busch.
I'll tell you a stage one matchup I like. I'll run a couple by you. I like Chase Briscoe minus 120 against Logano. You like that?
In stage one?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I'm betting that.
So DK has it just as a full race match.
No, I'm talking about for people that have Bet365, we have stage one up and stage one matchups. I'm gonna take Briscoe minus 120 over Logano in stage one. Stage one winner, who? Do you have odds yet?
I do not.
So Chase Briscoe is 12-1. Logano's 12. Oh, sorry, that's the outright. Hold on, stage one winner. All right, so Tyler Reddick is 6-1. Briscoe's 8-1. Is there a competition caution?
No.
No. Okay. So how? I
mean, even if they did, it wouldn't matter because they can't.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't even matter.
I mean, they can pit, but they can't take tires and gas.
All right. So how many laps is stage one?
75.
Do you, I mean, do you see anybody else besides Briscoe or Reddick? Do you think that Bell and Larson could chase them down?
If it comes to be availability for me to bet, I will definitely have Reddick, definitely have Briscoe. Bell's the one, possibly, because the way I see it, I see Briscoe getting an early lead. I mean, not Briscoe, Reddick getting an early lead. And I think Briscoe follows him along. But I could be wrong. Bell or Larson could pass Briscoe and get that second spot. But I'm leaning Briscoe, one, because of the number, and two, just because I think, he's going to do it. And I think that if there is a caution in that first stage, then you have Reddick on the inside, Briscoe on the outside, and be set up well. If Briscoe takes the lead from Reddick, being on the outside.
Do you think
Bell and Larson are the ones that can ruin it?
Do you think you could take a third guy if that third guy's 5.5 to 1?
Yeah.
So you're basically saying that Kyle Larson got to beat us.
Right.
That's what I'm going to do. I was going to take Reddick and Briscoe only. I guess I'll throw Bell in there too. So I'm going to take Chase Briscoe in the stage one matchup, and then I'm going to take these three guys. We hit stage one winner 3 weeks in a row. It is not that easy as we making it look like. So, but I mean, we don't put a ton of money on it anyway. So like a unit and a half total risk, so you're not killing yourself early in a race. But yeah, because I don't know why, bro. You don't want to be 3 units down at the end of stage one.
Got to gamble, man.
Got it. Oh, settle down over there.
I've been up quite a bit, man. Fortunately.
Yeah. And listen, bro. Hey, you know how we do. All right, so yeah, I'm going to be on Reddick in the outright market pre-race, and one other guy. I'm not sure yet, but I'll throw it in the Discord or the and in the live show Discord. Top fives and top threes. I'm gonna have some kind of combination of Briscoe, Bell, and Reddick in top threes and top fives. That's where I'm at. I mean, this race is pretty straightforward from a betting perspective. And the drivers that I'll be looking at that are behind those 5 guys, Logano, Blaney, Byron, maybe if they have like a sick car and they can move their way to the front, and we see a lot of cautions in this race, maybe. But I don't know. We'll see. Coop, anything?
Do you have any interest in top manufacturers?
So I mean, if you're gonna bet top Chevy, you're gonna throw out Kyle Larson and you're just gonna shoot your shot on Reddick, right?
Right.
So I guess I don't mind him at 4 to 1 as top Chevy. Top Toyota, Chris Bell is going to be hard to beat, but I can't lay. I don't want plus 140 is just not good enough price. It's just not good enough price. Top Ford, that's the interesting one.
Yeah, I've already got Briscoe.
I think it's Briscoe and Logano. And I think you're pretty well covered with those 2 guys.
They're both plus 300. And then, like I said, if you look at head-to-head, DK has minus 120, Briscoe, Logano plus 100. So why are they even?
You know what, though, Coop?
That's why I took Briscoe.
You could almost treat it like a group, because I think it's going to be hard for Blaney or Custer to beat one of those 2 guys.
Right. Yep.
All right, boys. Everybody, we're out of here. Everybody have a happy Easter. I'll be live. Me, Johnny, Diego, and Coop will be live for the race. and we'll have some NBA basketball going on too for KegCast subscribers. Other than that, I hope your action runs pure today. Enjoy your holiday. We're out.